Welcome back to Almost Musings. I'm Kathy, and this is a place where I share a little wisdom from the other side of the empty nest. Here I talk about faith, simplicity, and what it means to live with intention in this season of life. So go ahead and pour yourself a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's chat. So, this is what's been on my mind lately. What does it actually mean to live intentionally, especially now that we're in our senior years? When you think about it, life looks a lot different than it did when we were working or raising kids, right? Like, we're not being pulled in 100 different directions anymore. The schedules have loosened up and no one's really waiting on us for anything. But don't get me wrong, for me, that feels like a blessing. If I'm being honest, it can also make it really easy to drift because without structure, it's so easy to put things off. And before you know it, you're stuck in this cycle of procrastination. You keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow, and suddenly tomorrow turns into next week. I have felt that. And when that happens too often, we can end up feeling a little stagnant and become complacent. That's why I think we need to build in just a little bit of purpose to our days. Nothing rigid or overwhelming, just some light structure that keeps us feeling alive, engaged, and purposeful. And for me, that looks like a simple routine. I try to move my body each day. I do my stretches and strength exercises, sometimes go for a walk or take the dog for a walk, just even stepping outside for some fresh air. And I admit it, there are days when I don't really want to leave the house, but when I do, it always feels good. I'm also trying to be more intentional about what I eat, not to be perfect, but just aware. Because the older I get, the more I notice how certain foods make me feel, and I want to feel good. Keeping my home peaceful is another part of it. Because for me, a messy space affects my mood more than I've realized. So I do little things here and there to keep things in order. Not spotless, but just calm. And then there's friendship. I've learned how important it is to make time for people. And that could just be a phone call, lunch with a friend, or sending a quick message to check in. Staying connected matters. I also believe we should never stop learning. That is huge for me. I love learning. So, whether that's a Bible study, reading a new book, or figuring out how to use a new app on my phone, I want to keep my mind sharp. And technology isn't going away, so I might as well keep learning how to use it. Now, I'm not saying we need to fill every minute with productivity because rest is good. Quiet moments are valuable and we've earned them. But I also don't want to just fade away. I want to keep showing up to my life with purpose, even in the small things. So if you're feeling a little adrift today, maybe take a moment to ask yourself, what would it look like to live this day with intention? And it doesn't have to be complicated, just meaningful. Thanks for spending a little time with me today. Have a wonderful day and God bless you. And if you're ever walking through one of life's messier seasons and need a little hope and truth, check out my other podcast, The Redeemed Mess. It's all about how Jesus meets us in the mess and makes something beautiful out of it.